I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Steve Nabil Lauritsen, the board member of Cryptonovae. Steve, welcome to the show, and thanks for taking the time to be here.
Thank you for having me, Ashton. It's a pleasure.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to dive into Cryptonovae. Your team has some really interesting things going on right now, and this is the time to shine. So let's just kick it off with starting with an overview and the focus of Cryptonovae and what are the main problems that your team is solving for?
Okay, so you're familiar with exchanges, right? We're all traders here. And we can all agree that to trade in crypto, you need to be in multiple exchanges to really take advantage of liquidity and the various opportunities out there. Now, we're not really feeling it like that, but this is a barrier of entry. This is something that for a trader from financial, the traditional financial market, from his perspective, it's more time that I need to spend in, learning how to trade. Traders love volatility. So wherever they find volatility and liquidity, they will go trade, right? We set the game, they play it. Now, we aim to remove this barrier of entry by offering a software that simplifies trade analysis, execution, and management. Not only that, it does it in an interface that traditional traders from the traditional financial markets are familiar with. This will create a standard in multi-exchange trading software. And I mean, at the same time, we're not forgetting of our own crypto traders, right? We are offering functions that are, some would say complex, but they're so simple and so intuitive that when it comes to you getting to know Cryptonovae, it's very easy. It's just click, 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 So
definitely. That is exciting, Steve. And yeah, you're right. It is a barrier to entry to have all these different exchanges. Some of the trading pairs are only on certain exchanges. You have to do separate logins and credentials for all of these. And then never mind having centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges as well. So to build an aggregator that can simplify that definitely saves a lot of time. And I like that you mentioned also traditional finance investors and traders, because that is something that is continuing to grow in the industry right now. And they're used to traditional platforms. So this is something that is needed in the market right now. And I know that there are a few other DEX aggregators and multi-exchange kind of platforms that are in the works. Is there something about Cryptonovae that makes it unique or gives it a competitive advantage in this time of building a multi-exchange platform?
Okay, I mean, as far as we know, right, important, no one has tackled the issue the way we are, which is focusing on simplicity, right? This is a software on your computer which removes all the risks associated to going on the World Wide Web, and you just click, click. That's our point, right? It's all about double clicks. The platform is so intuitive that it just has no shadow at the moment, as far as we're aware.
Definitely. And early on in the stages of the project, I know you're just launching right now. Are you looking to incentivize user adoption more in the marketplaces as you're growing the tools, or are you also just foreseeing, because of a great product market fit, that there will be a lot of organic adoption?
Sorry, I missed you there and I missed part of the question. Can you repeat, please?
No problem. I was just saying, in terms of the user adoption in the early stages, because I know you're just launching, are you incentivizing users to become early adopters, or are you also expecting a lot of organic growth just based on the product market fit?
Growth is a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy here. We aim to offer a software that has such high standards that once you're using it, you will not only want to recommend your friends, but you have absolutely no reason not to use it, right? We'll dive into it a bit later in terms of what are the costs and associations with the token, right? But if we can reduce your costs of trading, why wouldn't you do it? It's one more, cost, one more loss, let's say, in your P&L. It affects your performance. It could be the difference between a winning year or a losing year.
Definitely. And I like that you mentioned the Cryptonovae YAE token. I've been researching into it. In terms of other exchanges, Binance has their Binance token, you're saving fees. KuCoin has a KuCoin shares token where you're saving fees primarily. Is that something similar that has been built into the Cryptonovae platform? And if so, what are the other functionalities as well of the YAE token, and how does it work within the Cryptonovae platform?
Cool. I mean, Yes, each exchange has their token. What we're trying to do is create a unifying platform, right? So YAE starts at, first of all, you'd get, a free subscription when you're a token holder. You'd get discounts, and you have staking rewards. And this is where it gets a bit more interesting, right? With your staking rewards, you'd get a rebate on the fees that you generate on these exchanges. You can utilize both, let's say, BNB on Binance, get your trading fees reduced, and at the same time get a rebate on your trading fees for using YAE token in our software. So I mean, it's a win-win scenario. At the same time, in our marketplace, YAE tokens will not just give you a discount, but it will remove all the commissions associated with both buying and selling, right? Mm-hmm. So there's multiple benefits within the YAE ecosystem or the Cryptonovae software.
Definitely. And I just wanted to touch further on the marketplace, as you have mentioned a couple times. In terms of having this aggregator, do you still, you still have to have accounts on each of these exchanges, and then it just sort of aggregates it in? And is the marketplace being able to access different exchanges, or are there other things in the marketplace as well?
I keep losing you, Ashton. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I seem to be having connection issues all of a sudden.
No worries. You want me to re-ask the question?
Please do.
Sure. So, Steve, you mentioned the marketplace a couple times there. I'm curious to dive into that a little bit further in terms of, is the marketplace just accessing all of these exchanges, or are there other functionalities and products that are available in the marketplace as well?
Correct. The marketplace is not just accessing the exchanges. Of course, there will be indicators that users can create and sell, but at the same time, we will be creating indicators and selling them in the marketplace, right? There will be bots, and there will be, trade managers. There will be, and these are going to be open software at the start. So the users that buy these can, add functions themselves. Let's say, let's say you have a trade manager, right? And we set up a trade manager that is fairly simple, has 4 take profits, multiple stop losses, a trailing stop, and a time-based cancellation order. You acquire this trade manager, and you'd like to add, what say you, alerts, and at the same time, a function that your stop loss equals the previous take profit levels. You can profit by adding this software to the marketplace, and this is how, we just keep growing.
That's really interesting. So it's sort of open source, where if people have built their own softwares, you can have that in a marketplace, potentially earning YAE, I'm guessing, to be able to sell products as well as buying other people's products.
Exactly. Saving on the commissions.
Very cool. And can you give a glimpse of, just in a snapshot of just where you're at right now? I know you're launching, around now, but there's all these other products you're having. What is the timeline like for right now, and maybe in the next 6 months, where do you expect to be?
In 6 months, we expect to be already ready for launch. Already launched, if we're honest. We expect, we're brushing up on the final details. We're kind of, making sure the code is audited properly, making sure everything is set to standard and works right, and everything is just click, click. And this is, we expect somewhere within the next 4 months, 5 months to be able to fulfill it.
Definitely. And I know that you already have been working on some major partnerships and getting investors already pre-launch as well. Can you touch on the details surrounding that, if possible?
Of course, we have many partnerships, and work is already established, right? We are we are multi-exchange trading software, right? At the same time, I can't mention specifically because for NDA reasons who these partnerships are, but there are 2 that I'm really excited about, and these are more linked towards the cross-exchange liquidity gateway part of the Cryptonovae. One of the partnerships is a bit of a 2-way street with a blockchain-based liquidity gateway. We're all very excited about it. We can't really divulge too much, but we expect to announce this shortly. The other partnerships comes more from a traditional market background. It is one of the largest liquidity providers and market makers in the space at the moment. And I mean, we expect them to help us grow into the liquidity gateway to the exchanges that, you know, retail traders should be able to enjoy on a day-to-day basis when they're trading, not just the heavy institutions, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I'm glad that your team's also focused on the retail traders and smaller traders and investors, and also that you're focused on liquidity, because as an aggregator, that's going to be super important, especially if you're trading lower multi market cap coins as well. So I'm excited to follow along for those partnerships, and fair enough that you can't release it yet. I know you're pre-launch and you have a lot of partnerships in the works, so I will wait for that. Now, I just wanted to touch once more on your revenue model. I know that you have a subscription, you mentioned, but there's also the marketplace, and part of the revenue model is a B2C, but also B2B. So it seems like you have multiple revenue streams going on. Maybe you can touch on, you know, where do you see the primary focus is, or do you just see being able to service all of these different kind of consumers?
Okay. I mean, the B2C model is quite clear, right? There is a subscription fee for those that do not stake YAEs. And out of this subscription fee, of course, there is a rebate to YAE token holders. On the B2B side, I mean, liquidity is king, right? This is the power of the crowd. When we're unifying, we're creating this standardization in the industry. We kind of have more bargaining power, we say. This bargaining power leads to rebates on the fees. So part of the rebates go to the traders, part of the rebates go to Cryptonovae. And again, this is kind of like an ever-spinning wheel, because these rebates are then used to burn tokens, right? So it's an ever-evolving revenue model.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know. Thank you for that. And I know you're pre-launch, but in terms of the long-term growth and success of Cryptonovae, what do you see as being some of the main factors in determining, you know, getting to be a part of that mainstream adoption as the multi-exchange aggregator?
I would love to say user adoption, but I don't really believe user adoption is the case here. I think it goes more hand in hand with leads and reach. If we are a success, it means that our software really delivers a really easy experience, flawless for traders. So there's absolutely no reason why someone would not use it. And that's why I say, you know, not exactly user adoption, rather leads and reach.
Definitely. Good answer. And on the flip side, what kind of challenges do you foresee having to overcome as you continue through the growth?
I mean, standardization has its flip side, right? It's a bit of a blessing and a cure. It's not entirely in our hands. We need to work closely with exchanges. We need to have these discussions where, I mean, we are already in discussion with various exchanges, right? But we need to go to all of them and make them understand how they have to focus on developing a trade execution engine, while we focus on developing the front end and the whole trade analysis tooling and trade execution and management tools, right? That's not an easy feat.
Definitely, and that is a feat, but once it is done, then I think good things will come your team's way. Now, for the viewers that are looking to follow along for the launch and learn more about the marketplace and the aggregator, what's the best way for them to get into the community and to learn more?
Of course, through our social media. We try and engage always with everyone through Discord. I mean, we have multiple languages. Well, the team speaks multiple languages, so just come join us. You can find all our links in cryptonovae.com. Be aware that it's the .com domain. There have been some issues already. So yeah, just find us on social media. We're reachable.
Sounds great, Steve. I will leave the website link and the socials in the description box below as well for the viewers. Thank you so much for taking the time for the interview. All the best with the upcoming launch, and let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you, Ashton. Have a good one.